never felt at home on my body. From a young age, the media and people have been telling me that if I don't look like a Photoshop photo, then I have no value. This message was constantly hammered into my head and made my body feel like its only purpose was to hold me back. I grew up with a parent who struggled with an eating disorder. Unintentionally, I picked up on behaviors and thoughts. I learned unhealthy values about how much looks and weight matter. Those values still stick with me in the back of my head. I noticed I was bigger than all my friends, and I felt out of place. In 5th grade, a kid called me fat. I made myself think that all my problems were because I wasn't skinny. From that point on, my looks and my body were my biggest concern. I hadn't learned what diets were, so I was confused why I looked like this while others looked like that. I was frustrated and everything felt unfair. I was deemed worthless for some reason I didn't understand. I thought all my problems would be fixed if I looked like the models or fit the beauty standard. Every piece snapped together in 7th grade. It was during the eating disorder unit. We learned about behaviors and how to help our friends if they were struggling. But right after the eating disorder unit, we were thrown into the obesity unit. The teachers told us horror stories about the dangers of junk food and unhealthy diets. They made us track everything we ate. Food became the enemy to me. Food was the reason I was unworthy. On top of that, I was stressed, my grades were poor, I was struggling with my ADD and anxiety, and my friends were in a fight. I needed a break. Instead of coping in a healthy way or talking to someone, I fell into dangerous behaviors. I ate less and less and exercised every day. My eating disorder consumed my thoughts like a virus. I set weight goals, but every time I reached them, it wasn't enough. I would feel sick and have panic attacks if I didn't listen to my eating disorder. My body would start getting sick too. I pushed away my friends and locked myself in my room. The only thing that mattered was my body and how much I ate. I'm the type of person who keeps everything to themselves. I feel bad if I make people worry or help me. So I never told anyone what was going on. When my friends or family asked a question, I said it was fine and shut them down. My mom thankfully stepped in and took me to a doctor. They together decided I wasn't healthy and needed some help. I was sent to a clinic where I was aided in recovery. Going to a clinic was the best thing I could have done. I had multiple types of therapy, including group, where I realized I wasn't alone and what was going on in my brain. Just like a sickness, recovery was long and exhausting. But I got the help I needed, and I am able to keep myself healthy with support from therapists and friends. Looking back, talking to my mom and doctor was so helpful. People tell us that we should be ashamed of mental health, and that's something you keep to yourself. We treat it like it's taboo and shouldn't be talked about, that mental health conditions make you weak and less than. But that stigma keeps so many people who are struggling from getting the help they need. Talking to others and getting help is a very important step in recovery, and people may never be able to take that step, especially during COVID when we're isolated, and it's challenging to reach out to others. I'm still recovering and always will be, so I need to talk to my therapist to keep myself healthy or when I just need to vent. I'm not afraid to tell my support system if I need some help, because I know they care for me and just want me to be healthy. Some days when I feel I can't talk to people, I learned coping mechanisms like distraction and thought challenging to keep my head above water. We need to start treating mental health like a health issue and not a shameful thing. Many people who are struggling are not able to receive the same care I did. So many eating disorders go undiagnosed because they aren't taken seriously or told that they're fake. While I was in the clinic, there was only one boy also receiving help. This isn't because men don't develop eating disorders, it's because we're told eating disorders are only for girls, so men don't get taken seriously. On the flip side, we normalize girls eating smaller portions, so girls go undetected. Or if someone overweight develops a disorder, people think it's just a diet and don't provide help. Opening up a conversation will not only provide us help, but also education about how to aid friends and what mental health condition truly means. When we take this step, so many people afraid to reach out will be able to get help, or people will be able to aid their smaller struggles before they become overwhelming. The next time you're struggling, reach out, ask for some help. Help aid us in our battle to spread hope and end the stigma around mental health.